Hi, Dr. Richard Bartlett here, Chella, Ferrow there, and where the twain meet, magic happens. We want to share with you a magical alchemy of how
Mm.
to get in rapport and in presence with a pattern, how to follow it to such a point where you feel it change, how to notice the change and know what to do with that change when it occurs. Now, this doesn't just apply to you clinicians out there, and hopefully there's a lot of you that will sign up because when I looked at what we were going to give and what I know about what we're going to give, I wanted to be there. I would want to sit in that seminar, short as it may appear to be. It's going to be packed with information. And there are ways to sense these patterns to get beyond the parameters and limitations of the linguistic mind that always tells you what to do, what to think, how to arrange things, and how to perceive them so they fit your rule set. Well, what if your rule set doesn't work for another person that you're interacting with? Then you have to be a shapeshifter. You have to become a quantum shaman and be able to change on a heartbeat
Mm.
without thinking, because thinking slows you down and you want to learn to follow the pattern by being in the pattern as the flow. I'll let Chella talk to you about that.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this. There is an innate, intimate flow of harmonics, and I want to use the words alchemical induction. That's it's always here, it's always now, it's what we are, it's what we're made of. And we're so often overlooking it because we're grasping for it. And we try to control it and wield it, essentially because we've assumed that, through our conditioning and habit, that we're a person separate, trying to use our mind to make something uh, what it is or what we want for it to be. And therefore, if we make it what we wish for it to be or how we think it ought to be, we might feel better about ourselves and about life. Now, in whatever your healing practice may be, or whether it's an art form or a communication flow or any creative process that you're involved in, simply life itself, as you, there are pathways and openings into a deeper surrender, into this spacious intelligence that's really the spontaneity of life bubbling and singing and breathing you in this very moment and into the next, maybe more sumptuous moment. And sometimes the moments can feel dry, lacking in vitality and in surprise. And sometimes we feel that something's sorely missing and we just don't know how to find it, where to find it, because we're so often just dragging a bag of rocks around with us, expecting that if we squeeze them hard enough, we're going to draw water from them, and maybe we did for a time. But there's this succulent flow that's always trying to discover us anew. And so, what we want to explore, and we're always doing this together in this moment, how to open the doors and the windows to that fresh air and that fresh flow. How might we approach a stubborn habit or painful pattern in an unexpected way? And it will always be from this moment. And you don't even have to know a whole lot. You might have done MED, you might have done holosets, you might not have at all. But whatever you have that's available to you will be utilized and can be utilized in surprising and unexpected ways. So, in these sessions, which will be Saturday, I think it's the 25th, and Monday, the 27th, we're going to be exploring what we've come to call kinesthetic clairvoyance, which is my favorite thing in the world.
Or
It's
spatial clairvoyance,
yes. So,
tracking the space around a pattern, within a pattern.
indeed, as the space and as the pattern. So there's no separate client over there and you over here as the therapist, but actually drop into simply the flow and let it discover you, let it discover what it wants to be, which will always be something anew, something anew, something fresh, something alive, enlivening. Um, yes,
That's one
and
of the greatest challenges for a clinician, I think, is getting bored. I mean, now I've got this 5 planets in Gemini allegedly, and whatever that means. I never could. I mean, I went to medical school twice because I thought I missed something the first time. And so finding that there's a constant search for meaning, and the meaning really is what you make of it in the moment. It's not what you learn. What you learn is useful. What you learn can be applied, but can you apply it in such a way that you're free to shapeshift from one set of distinctions to another, or maybe an unfamiliar, completely unknown set of distinctions in the service of another or in the service of your own self?
Mhm.
That's what we're going to be exploring together.
Yeah, so this can be applied to everything really. It's about transformation, whatever that might mean for you, and whatever ways in which you've not even discovered what that means, you know? So how to follow a pattern as the pattern, not as a therapist per se, but as Richard said to me so beautifully yesterday, as the client of your own life, you know? In other words, just how to give up the reins so that life can do what it does naturally as you.
We will see you Saturday. You want to be there. I know you do.
I know you do. Bye.